Okay, IEB learners, here we are with the grade 12 PAT for 2023. This is the first time I'm having a look at this document, so let's see what they want from us this year, just so we have a good overview of what we are expected to do for this year. So again, they are just introducing the PAT to us, telling us what it is. Many of you have never done a PAT before. Sometimes this is the very first time you are actually doing a PAT. But this is an assignment that basically covers or is run over the first 3 terms of the year. And the PAT does, whether we like it or not, form 25% of the overall grade 12 mark for CAT. So that mark that you see on your report, 25% of that is coming from your PAT. Now the PAT can be done in class. The PAT you can ask for assistance from your teacher. They're the ones that will set the deadlines for the different phases. But there are 3 phases to this PAT, as we'll see. So the PAT has 2 main components. The first one is the research component, that's phase 1 and 2, and then presenting your results, that comes through in phase 3. Okay, so we've got research and then we're presenting. We're going to be using word processing tools, so basically Word and Google Docs and things like that, but we can use different ones as well. They mention here there's reviewing and monitoring. Referencing is also very important. There's various assessment tools that's going to be helping you, and I'll speak more about that a little later. But it's broken up into 3 phases, and here you can see phase 1 for our task definition and just the information finding strategies. There's 40 marks up for grabs. In phase 2, that's where I access information and determine its relevance, where I begin to use the information to plan what I'm going to do next. That's 40 marks up for grabs. But have a look at this phase 3, broken up into 2 tasks, where I process, analyze, and present the final bit of information, everything, the results of what I've been doing. There's 100 marks up for grabs, and they even give us a bit of suggested time spent on each phase. Now, it doesn't have to be this kind of time. It can be more, it can be less, but you need to watch yourself because you are also preparing for various exams through the year. So the PAT is broken up into 3 distinct phases, and your teachers will set the deadlines for those particular phases with you in class. Okay, so let's continue. They chat a little bit here about planning the task. Again, the learner may select their own topic with the approval of their teacher. Underneath that, they mention examples of topics are provided below. These 3 topics may be used. So the topics they're giving us here, you may use it. Subtopics within the overall exemplars may be chosen or selected. However, learners may not, there we go, you may not choose a topic that has been previously undertaken at your particular school within the past 2 years. So please chat to your teacher about what has been done over the last 2 years, and obviously then you can't choose those topics. So the 3 examples that they give us, the first topic that you can choose is the digital divide, and they tell us what that is and what our task is in terms of researching. The second one is going green, right? And we should remember that from green computing. And the third one is a community outreach program. So you can, now again, let me just clarify this. You can choose any one of these 3, or you don't have to, which then means you must come up with your own topic, okay, because these are the only ones they give us as examples which we can use. Last year they gave us examples and we couldn't even use them. We were not allowed to use that. So you want to see if one of these 3 is something that you are interested in. Alternatively, you need to get a list from your teacher in terms of the topics that was done over the last 2 years, so you don't choose that, and then you can decide what you actually want to go with from there, but you have to clear that with your teacher first. Right, then they go into details on phase 1, what is expected, and I'm actually just going to just move quite quickly through this because I'm going to do another video where I go into detail on that. But then they break down phase 1, 2, and 3, exactly what is required from you within each phase, things that you have to do, things that have to be ticked off. There you can see phase 2, the same thing is done, and phase 3 is going to be exactly the same as well. So please do take some time so that you can go and read through this document, make the relevant notes so that you are aware, and that within the next week or two you should start having your topics checked to the teacher and having that now sorted so that you can begin the researching process. Like I said, I will do subsequent videos after this to make sure that I help you any which way I can for the PAT for this year. Yeah, you can also see you've got to give a submission of evidence. So we've got to see that you have done all of this, tick these things off. There is a lot of checking when it comes to this. You can also, as you continue with your PAT, you can check with your teacher if your PAT is okay. You can ask them questions, you can ask them for guidance. Obviously the teacher can't do it for you, but they can advise. So what I do with a lot of mine is I let them submit, for example, phase 1 first, check through it, advise where changes should be made before I take in the final copy and actually then mark that. So yes, this is the PAT for the IEB learners for 2023. This is our very first look at this document.